We used to have empires, vast, sprawling systems of power held together by force and faith. Then came kingdoms, ruled by bloodlines and crowns, and later countries, ruled by borders, flags, and the idea of us versus them. But today, something is changing again. Empires have fallen, monarchs are ceremonial, and countries, the building blocks of our modern world, are beginning to show their cracks. So if empires gave way to kingdoms and kingdoms gave way to countries, what comes after countries? For most of human history, power meant expansion. Empires were the human instinct for order, stretched across continents. The Roman Empire connected Europe with Africa and Asia. The Mongol Empire spanned from China to Hungary. The British Empire once ruled over a quarter of the Earth's surface. Empires promised unity, but delivered domination. They rose through conquest and fell through exhaustion. Every empire believed it would last forever. None did. After the fall of empires came the kingdoms. Smaller, more local, more personal. Power flowed through families, through crowns and divine rights. Kings claimed to rule by the will of heaven, but their empires were fragile, bound by marriages, betrayals, and wars. For centuries, kings ruled people like property. But slowly, ideas began to spread, ideas that would change everything. The idea that power comes from the people, that authority is earned, not inherited. And so began the slow birth of the nation-state. The Enlightenment gave us new rulers, not kings, but ideas. Liberty, democracy, equality. From revolutions and wars, countries were born. The United States declared independence. France overthrew its monarchy. New nations emerged across the world, united not by blood, but by belief. Borders became sacred lines. Flags became symbols of identity. We built schools to teach national pride, armies to defend it, and governments to maintain the illusion that these lines defined who we are. For 300 years, countries ruled the world. They became the default setting of civilization. So natural, so permanent, we forgot they were inventions. But like all inventions, they age. And today, the world built by countries is starting to unravel. Countries were designed for a world of land and paper. But now we live in a world of code and connection. The internet doesn't recognize borders. Money moves faster than governments can track. Corporations wield more influence than most nations. And artificial intelligence doesn't need a passport. Climate change ignores boundaries. Pandemics spread faster than laws can adapt. Information travels freely, truth and lies alike. The very systems that once unified us now divide us. Nationalism rises, trust erodes, and people begin to wonder if the flag still means what it used to. We are citizens of countries, but we live in a world those countries can no longer control. In the 21st century, the new empires are not made of land, but of networks. Facebook, Google, Amazon, Tencent, these are digital nations with billions of citizens. Your digital identity might matter more than your nationality. Your data may have more value than your vote. We are witnessing the rise of non-geographic civilizations, communities defined not by borders but by algorithms. Online tribes, virtual nations, crypto networks with their own economies, laws, and currencies, AI systems that govern without human emotion. And somewhere in the shadows, a new question emerges. What happens when intelligence, not humanity, starts to organize the world? Perhaps the next stage of civilization won't be ruled by kings or presidents, but by systems, intelligent, adaptive, non-human systems. AI could become the next form of governance, neutral, efficient, beyond corruption, yet beyond empathy. Maybe we'll see cloud nations, communities connected by shared values, living both online and offline, governed by code, not conquest. Maybe we'll belong to multiple nations, one physical, one digital, one ideological. Or maybe we'll transcend nations altogether, realizing that the lines we drew on the planet were never real to begin with. Because the truth is, we were never born to belong to borders. We were born to belong to each other. Empires fell, kingdoms faded, countries rose, and one day they too will pass. But humanity, our curiosity, our connection, our desire to build, that will endure. And whatever comes next will not be the end of civilization. It will be its next chapter.